Hi guys, Bob here, and this is my Friday foursome for July. So the question this month is your four most favourite shoot 'em ups, I believe, or shmups. Now, the definition was quite vague on purpose, so that maybe we get more responses than the six, I think, or so that you got the last time. This is Novabug I'm talking about. So I like doing these. It gives me something to talk about, gives me a chance to get a video up and running. And I'm struggling at the moment because I'm trying to concentrate on the artwork in this new channel that I've got up and running. If you've not checked out, go over and check out. Again, I'll leave a link. Lovely big motorcycle outside. I'll leave a link in it for my channel below. There's a new drawing going up tomorrow at 12. That would be Saturday. I don't know what day it is. So, on with my four choices for shoot 'em ups. Now, like I said, the definition was a bit vague, and I chose to kind of go out on the fringes of perhaps the standard R-type or side scrolling shooter like Darius, because I could come up with all of those ones that I know of. Now, this isn't a genre that I have got a great deal of experience in, but when I started thinking about it, I thought, well, I could include that and can include that. It may not fall into the traditional view of a shmup. So, first on the list, I'm probably going to go for oldest to newest, and the oldest is Defender on the main cab. So, Defender is a side scrolling awesome game. I first got a shot of the original cabinet in Glasgow, Play Glasgow, about 3 years ago. Having not played it in years, I think I played it maybe back in the day on the Spectrum version of it, and loved it. So I had a shot of playing it at the Play Glasgow, and it's a great game. It's not a side scrolling, I suppose, but you can go both ways, and you're trying to stop the waves of attacks and the humans being taken away to be experimented on, I presume, by the aliens. Yeah. Aye. So Defender, Williams arcade machine, amazing game. Absolutely love it. Rubbish at it. It's a very, very difficult game, and I am absolutely pants at it. I've got it in my main cab downstairs. My only kind of downfall there is that in the actual main cab you can only go left and right, and you've got to have a reverse button from the memory I've got of playing it, which makes me feel like I'm cheating a wee bit when you can use the joystick to move left and right or change direction from what the original intent was. So I do struggle to play it on my main cab. I tend to fall over towards Robotron. And talking about Robotron jumped into my head, and there's one or two in my game, or one game at least, that's not a kind of standard shoot 'em up. But Commando was mentioned in the original video, so let's move on to number two. So number two is the kind of next oldest one, and that would be Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter, you're in a car, you're driving up a roadway, there's evil baddies trying to get you. I don't actually know the story behind it, even though I've downloaded the manual this morning. But you're driving up this road, you've got guns, it's James Bond type car, guns, missiles, oil slick, a smoke screen, and whenever you hit your baddies with this, they die. So the main thing is you're trying to get as many points as possible. And it was also a great game because you could go into a left-hand detour and jump into a speedboat, and then the game changes so you're on a speedboat. I will put some footage to that. I was going to make this video earlier on when the house was quieter, but I didn't get a chance, and I ended up playing Spy Hunter for like ages, and I forgot. I started playing, I was like, man, this is rubbish. I don't remember it being this bad. And as I started to get the keys and started to really get the strategy of the game, I was really enjoying it, and I ended up playing it for a good half hour, which is unusual for a specky game because you normally just pick up and chuck it in after 5 minutes. So that is number two on my list, is Spy Hunter on the Spectrum. As on the arcade, again, I can't really play any MAME cab because I'm presuming the original MAME or the original arcade cabinet had a steering wheel that you used, because the controls don't seem to work particularly well, and I haven't had time to kind of try and sort that out or anything. So, third on my list, coming a wee bit further forward to the Mega Drive days, and this is what would classically be called as a run and gun game and not a shoot 'em up, but I am going to include it because, like I said, Commando was mentioned in the original game. or in the original video even from Novabug. So Mercs as a game in the Mega Drive, Mercs was like Commando, it was like Rambo, First Blood. That was another game I was going to include, and Mercs was just brilliant. It's just a great game where you're getting power ups constantly. You can destroy buildings, you can get in vehicles, take out all the baddies as much as you want. It's like Commando, but an upgraded version of Commando, or it's like Rambo, but a very much upgraded version. It was in the arcade. I didn't really know that at the time. I have had a shot. It's a much more difficult game in the arcade, as you would expect. But I completed it, I'm sure, in the Mega Drive, probably used continues at the time. But I loved Mercs. It's such a good game. I will put these up in the corner as I'm talking. I have stolen some of the footage from other people because to go and do 4 different consoles, which I don't all have set up, I did the Spy Hunter. The other footage I've kind of half-inched, pinched. But for this channel, I'm not too fussed about that. So, on to my 4th and final one, and this one brings us right up to modern day. And it will annoy those who don't like VR. But PlayStation VR, a game called Hyper Void. Hyper Void is a Tempest type tunnely game slash Darius behind the ship. I don't know how to describe it because I'm not a big shoot 'em up. It's not a big shoot 'em up fan. It's just not something that I had a lot of experience of playing as a kid, other than VR type on the Specky. But Hyper Void on the PlayStation VR, you're surrounded. Your little ship's in front of you, so you can kind of see in front of you, and you can go up and down the tunnels. And one of the biggest things about the game was the soundtrack was just brilliant. Very much kind of techno beat. Just you're going down, you're shooting all these things that are coming towards you. They can shoot at you. If you've not played it, again, I'll put some footage that I've found online in the corner. You can see what it is. You do get it in a 2D version, so you don't need to play it in VR. And I got it as part of PlayStation Plus back a while ago. So, yep, absolutely brilliant game. So that's my Friday, can't even speak. That's my Friday foursome for July in terms of favourite shoot 'em ups. And I was just trying to kind of go out in a kind of limb. The Legacies was all the kind of normal ones. Darius especially is a game I've played recently and I love it. Played it with my daughter on my channel as well, and both of us really enjoyed just kind of getting that 2-player game going, R-Type on the Specky. But my 4 are going right back. Defender from Williams. Number 3 is Spy Hunter on the Spectrum. Number 2 is Mercs on the Mega Drive, and number 1 is Hyper Void on the PlayStation VR in a kind of chronological sense. So that's me for this week, for this month at the moment. Cheers guys, and for the moment hope you are all well, and wee Bob is out. Bye.